Hey guys, what is going on? Chris here doing a recap of last night and look ahead to today's big slate here for Friday. So, as normal, guys, hope all you guys had a very good night last night. We had a very good night as well. Hit a 341 and a 322 in our lineup. So, very good night for us on our premium. So, as I said, hopefully you guys did as good as well. So, as normal, recap of last night and look ahead to today's 10-game slate. A lot of good tournaments out there as well. So, with that being said, Anthony, he scored a 341. Unfortunately, he only put him in double ups. Probably wish he would have put him in tournaments, but still 341, really solid night from him. You guys probably can't see that, but this is one of our subscribers put it in the slam, won $75 on the 341. So, as I said, you probably can't see it, but I'll read it off for you. So he went with Kemba Walker. He got you a 55.4. Both of us stacked them in all four of our lineups, and obviously really good for us there. 55, really good night from Walker. Peyton was my pick. I thought Peyton would do a little bit more here. Unfortunately, they just did not play him much. I think he played like 23, 24 minutes. So got to keep an eye on that. Just a huge dud from Peyton. Next, Harden. He didn't do too much, 40.8. Next was Fournier. He really likes Fournier. I wasn't too high on him, but obviously he did pretty well. Got you 29, so good night from Fournier. Next was LeBron. 20 guys that liked him. Got you 56. Next was Aaron Gordon. Looked like everyone had him. He's like 50 plus percent owned and everything. 26.8. Not too bad of a night. I'll take that from him. He went with Tobias Harris here. Got you 38.9. Really solid GPP pick right there. Next, as I was telling you guys all night yesterday, Willie Cauley-Stein. I loved him. 40 points for Mr. Willie Cauley coming off the bench. So he obviously, his price is going to be going up and his popularity as well. And then he went with Mr. Jursof Nurkic as well. I told you guys he was my number one value play last night. Hopefully you guys picked him up. Then this one was mine. I'll just go over it. Kind of the same thing here. Walker and Peyton, same thing. I went with Batum here. He got me 29. I told you guys I liked Evans. I thought he'd get a little bit more playing time. Fortunately, he didn't. Only got me at 22. I told you guys I really love Kevin Durant. Really good night from him. Aaron Gordon, same as Anthony. Went with Anthony Davis here, got 46. Willie Cauley-Stein right there. And then my center was Hernan Gomez for New York and got me, I think, 32. So overall, yeah, we had a very good night. So, yeah, guys, if you guys are struggling, you guys want to hop on board on some NBA. Like I said, NBA is back from the All-Star break. If you guys are struggling, hit us up. We will definitely help you guys out. You get 4 lineups per day. It's only $35 a month. You can easily make it back there. And as you see here, just on the one lineup we provided, had a $150 off it, so easily you could make your money back. And on the 341 one, $75. So like I said, make your money back in one night easily. So if you're struggling, you guys need some help, let us help you guys out. We do have our email in the comment section for you guys. All you have to do is message us, and we'll get you all set up on premium lineups. All right, guys, I think that does it for the recap. There's 10 games today. A lot of the new players that got traded are going to be, trying out tonight. Lou Williams, I should have picked him, but Mike D'Antoni said he was going to be limited on his minutes. But, Lou Williams went off last night, so definitely missed the ball on that one. So anyway, let's get into our first game. We have Memphis and Indiana, 207 total, kind of relatively high for a Memphis game. In Memphis by 1, so this should be a good grinded out kind of game here. I don't mind Jeff Teague in this one. Teague does good in these grinder out games, so I really don't mind him here. He is the second rated point guard so far on the model. I really don't mind some Jeff Teague. 6,900 prices coming down. As I've been telling you guys, Mike Conley, not a bad defender, but this year he's been focusing more on his offense than his defense. So Jeff Teague kind of coming back down to life a little bit. I think he can get you around a solid 33 to 36 here. Not going to light up the Fanduel points there for you, but if you're just looking for a guy that gets you 34, 35 in a close game that could go in overtime, I don't mind it. Obviously not my favorite pick out there, but still I think he's a pretty value pick for you. Same as Conley, I don't mind him. I'd probably pick Jeff Teague over Conley just because a little bit cheaper. And Teague, pretty good defender as well. Like I said, both of those guys are kind of, kind of in the same spot right there, but I would probably go a little bit cheaper for you and go Jeff Teague. Maybe some Tony Allen. Like I said, I'm not really too into this game. Paul George, I think he is in play there. But 8,100, I really don't like George. Not really his game here. I think Zebo's in a good spot coming off the bench. As normal, Indiana, not too good against power forwards. Plus, they're having a lot of injuries with Young and Allen. Even if these guys are out, not too high in Kevin Seraphin here against Memphis defense. I'm just not too high on him. And I think Marc Gasol, half decent spot going up against Turner, though, but I think Gasol should have a pretty good game here. Probably get you around 40 to 43 points. Not too high on Turner since we know what Marc Gasol does. So maybe Mike Conley. Like I said, I'd probably pick Teague over him. But for me, maybe some Teague and Marc Gasol. I'm really not too into this one. Maybe some Zebo in a GPP. He's always consistent, gets you around 26, 27. But that's really it. I'm not really too into this game. So, all right, moving on. We've got Washington and Philly. Both of these teams made some trades at the deadline. We've got a 217 total and Washington by 8. So as normal, if you guys want to go John Wall, I don't mind him. I think Philadelphia should keep with him here for a little bit. And as normal, Wall's a very consistent player in a pretty easy matchup here. Yeah, McConnell's not a bad defender, but look, it's John Wall. So Wall, I think he's in a very good spot. Same as Bradley Beal. If you want to put him in there, obviously put him in there. Philly not too good against those shooting guards. Small forward, I don't mind Covington, but going up against Otto Porter, not too high on that. But I like Otto Porter. Covington, not that good of a defender. I don't think Bojan Bogdanovic is going to get too much playing time, unfortunately, now. So, and then obviously, I think everyone's going to have him. He'll be at least 60, 70% owned as Mr. Dario Saric. If you guys haven't realized the last week or so before the break, this guy has been on fire. Finally got his starting job back. 43, 37, 34, 34. I think you obviously have to put this guy in there. He's going to be so popular. Just got to put him in there in a cash game. On the flip side, I really don't mind some Markieff Morris either. Not really too scared of Dario Saric as a defense. So 7,100, I think Morris, he's going to have to get involved a little bit. I don't mind him. I don't know if I'm going to pay 71 for him. But still, I think he can get you around 34, 35. So I would really definitely consider looking at Mr. Morris. And then center position, Embiid is still out. As you know, Noel got moved. So I think Okafor right away is going to be very popular as well. I'm not afraid of Okafor's defense at all. So Marcin Gortat, I really like him. I don't know how much Bogut's going to play here this first game, but I don't mind Gortat. 6,800, getting up there a little bit, but this is a very easy matchup for him. So I don't mind him. Not my favorite center out there, but still definitely worth a consideration. I don't mind Okafor, but not my favorite play out there. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking there. Like I said, like some John Wall, like some Beal, like some Otto Porter as normal. Maybe some Morris, some Saric, and then maybe Gortat. So maybe pick 2 or 3. I really don't mind targeting some players from that one. All right, moving on. We got Boston and Toronto, 215 total, and Toronto by 3. So, as you guys all know, they didn't get Jimmy Butler. They didn't get Carmelo. So, Boston's going to have to live with what they have right now. So, like I said, I got a 215 total. I think Bradley's coming back here. He's game time decision still. So anyway, Isaiah Thomas price came down a little bit, but I think he should definitely excel in this one. I'm not too afraid of Kyle Lowry's defense. It's not bad, but Thomas is so explosive. Should be a very good close game, high scoring game. They're going to need Thomas. Going to be a good close game in that fourth quarter, and that's where, as we all know, number one scorer in the fourth quarter, and Thomas is going to come alive. So, so far, Thomas is my number one point guard on the night. I don't mind Kyle Lowry either. As I said, not too afraid of that Thomas defense. But instead of Lowry, I'd rather go to DeRozan. I don't mind Smart either, but as I said, DeRozan a pretty good defender. So 6,100, that's getting up there a little bit for Smart. If this was a different matchup, but still, they're going to need Smart out there if Bradley and Gerald Green can't play. So I still think Smart can get you 25, even in a hard matchup. So I don't mind playing him. Jay Crowder, Carroll, both of those guys usually cancel each other out. Tucker don't look like he's going to play. Serge Ibaka should have a relatively easy matchup here. I really don't mind him. His price is too cheap for me. I think he should fit in this system pretty well. I think they're going to use him. So, yeah, I really don't mind some Mr. Serge Ibaka at all. Like I said, I'm not too afraid of the Boston Bigs Johnson. I'm not going to stop him. So, I really don't mind Ibaka there. Should be a little bit more popular as well. Right away, I don't mind some Mr. Kelly Olynyk. As we all know, Boston has some injuries right now, and Olynyk has been playing some pretty good ball coming off that bench. Look at this, 37, 24, 27, and 31 here. Doing very good, and I don't think there's too many guys on that Toronto bench that can really stop Kelly. And, Boston bench, they're really going to have to keep him in there here because Toronto has a half-decent bench. So I think Olynyk, he's going to have to step up here and get you around 27, 28. Should be a little bit more popular, but I really don't mind some Kelly. Not too interested in Al Horford. Maybe give Jonas Valanciunas a glance, but they're probably not going to make my lineup. So with that being said, Thomas, like I said, probably one of my top point guards so far. I don't mind Lowry either. I don't mind some DeRozan, but he is going up against Smart. But no, I don't mind DeRozan here. It should be a good game. They're going to need him. 8,100. I think that's a good spot for him. I don't mind Smart. They're going to need him as well. So, yeah, I really don't mind that one either. Should be a good one. All right, moving on. We got a pretty hot Miami team before the break and Atlanta that made some trades as well. 2-7 total in Atlanta by 3. So Atlanta ended their West Coast trip, and they are back home. Let's see what's going on here with Dennis Schroeder. Not injury related. All right, missed practice due to travel issues. Okay. All right, we don't know what's going on with him. We should get word on him easy. If he's out, Malcolm Delaney might get the start, and I'm not going to consider that. But I don't mind Dragic. I think he's in a good spot. Atlanta in the top 5 worst against point guards, so I love some Dragic here. Deion Waiters, I love him. Atlanta, not too good against shooting guards either. Deion Waiters, this guy's still too cheap. Probably one of my top options so far at shooting guard. I'd take him over DeRozan here, depending on what the spread is at the end of the day. But 32 and 44 for a guy that's 7,300. DeRozan probably going to get you around 42, 43 for another 1,000 more. So Waiters, I think this should be a good game for him. In Atlanta, they play pretty quick for the most part. So I really don't mind him at all. Small forwards, Cephalosha is going to be back. That hurts Bazemore. That hurts Prince. Not too into those guys. Paul Millsap, I don't mind him. Not my favorite option here. But still, not a bad option. I don't mind some James Johnson either, though, on the flip side. And then, Hassan Whiteside to Dwight Howard, 2 very big dudes. I think Howard steps it up here. I really do think both of these guys are going to challenge each other here. I think they're both in play here. Son Whiteside's been stepping up. I don't know. It's going to be a good game. Both of these guys are probably going to get into it a little bit here. It's honestly up to you. And, I'd pick either one of them. So, yeah, I really like some Dragic. Really love Waiters, my top shooting guard so far. And then maybe some James Johnson as well. He gets it done and gets you around 25 to 30. So, I don't mind that game. Maybe 1 or 2, but not my favorite game, though, on the board. All right, moving on. We got Phoenix and Chicago, 215 total in Chicago by 6. Alrighty. We got Bledsoe. I don't mind him. I'm not too afraid of Rondo or Grant or Michael Carter-Williams. So I think Bledsoe's in a good spot. He's, not as hot as he was, but I still think get you around 38 to 40. I think Dwayne Wade's in a very good spot. Not too high on Booker here. I don't mind Brandon Knight here. I know it's weird to say that, but I think the Phoenix bench is going to need it. So I don't maybe in a deep GPP, but I really don't mind Wade, but Butler is back, so that might hurt him a little bit. Don't mind Butler. Right away, Bobby Portis. I think he definitely should be in your guys' lineup. Like I said, I don't know who's going to be starting, if it's going to be Nikola Mirotic or Bobby Portis, but as some of you guys know, Taji Gibson is gone, went to the Thunder in Boston. He played Boston, as you see on the 16th, got you 28 points. So Bobby Portis, I think you have to play him. He'll be very popular as well, going to get some extra run. And not afraid, obviously, against that Phoenix defense. Marquise Chris in a half decent spot. Portis, Nikola Mirotic, not the best defenders. 4,000. Once in a while, he can let it go. As you see, he's a hit and miss kind of guy. So maybe take a shot, but that's definitely a risky play there. And then Sullinger is with Phoenix now, so I'm not going to touch that. And then not too high on these centers too much here. So, I don't mind Bledsoe. Not my favorite play, but still half decent spot. Don't mind Wade, but with Butler back, it hurts a little bit, but still Wade a pretty good option for you. Don't mind Butler, but I think there's other spots that you can go. Not the biggest stars are out there, obviously, tonight. So we might have to go there. But, yeah, Bobby Portis, I think you have to play him if he's going to get that start. Even if he doesn't, he's going to get extended minutes. So that's kind of what I'm looking at in that one. All right, moving on. Not too into this one here. Milwaukee and Utah, 200 total in Utah by 3. As normal, as we all know, Utah, very good team right now, playing some very good defense. I don't mind George Hill. I'm not too afraid of Milwaukee. I think Hill should get you around 28 to 30. I think he's in a good spot. Not high on Giannis, not high on Middleton. I just don't trust Giannis here. I just don't care for this game. I think Hayward should be, maybe get you 35. I'm not going to pay that much for him, though. Maybe some Rudy Gobert, Greg Monroe. I think he can definitely posterize Greg Monroe. So maybe some Rudy Gobert, but I don't care for this game. Hill and Rudy Gobert is the only guys I'm maybe look at, but I might pass this game. Since there's 10 games, I don't really think you need this game. So I personally am going to pass this one. All right, moving on to another low total, but I think it could be a little bit higher. Minnesota and Dallas, a 203 total in Minnesota by 3. So Dallas, even though they're not doing too good, have a pretty good defense for the most part. Don't mind D. Will. I think they're going to need Ricky Rubio here. I'm not too afraid of Williams not a bad defender, but Rubio doesn't really score. He's more of an assist guy. So I don't mind Rubio, but I'm not going to pay that much for him. Wesley Matthews going to be going up against Mr. Wiggins. I'm not too high on that. I don't mind Seth Curry here. I think he should be in a good spot here against Brandon Rush. Not too afraid of his defense. So Curry's in a good spot. I don't mind Wiggins. He's almost $9,000 though. I don't think this is really the spot for him, but I've said that before, and Wiggins have gone off on me. As you see, 45, 49, and 50. 45 against a really good Butler. 49 against. Well, I don't know if Butler played that one, but then against Cleveland as well. So maybe put in Wiggins. I don't know. We'll have to see. Like I said, that spreads. The total is not high enough for me, but might have to put him in there. He's been very hot. Then Dirk Nowitzki here, Nerlens Noel, $6,000 definitely rose his price. I don't think today's going to be the game that he's going to get a lot of minutes. I think they're going to, slowly get him back into it. I mean, Dirk Nowitzki's there and everything. I think they're slowly going to put Nerlens Noel into it, unless he gets announced in the starting lineup. Then obviously you got to put him in there. So if Noel is announced in the starting lineup, I say play him. If he's on the bench, I'm not too high on it because they might just give him about 21, 22 minutes. But like I said, we'll see. Like I said, that's Harrison Barnes' spot right now. Maybe they put Barnes back at the small forward since they have a power forward now, or maybe they put Noel at the center. Like I said, we'll have to see when that lineup comes out. I'm guessing Noel is going to be at that center position here against Carl Anthony, so I don't mind Noel. I think he'll be a little bit more popular, but I think he should fit in pretty good here in Dallas. And then Carl Anthony, I think he should just wreck Dirk Nowitzki and Nerlens Noel. So Towns, I think he's in a very good spot. So recap of this one. Maybe some Curry. He might be on the bench now. I'm not sure because of Nerlens Noel. But don't mind some Nerlens Noel, as I said. Gorgie Dang maybe in a half-decent spot. If Dirk Nowitzki's going up against him, as we all know, Dirk not a good defender anymore. So maybe Dang gets you 26, 27. And then Noel and Carl Anthony, really don't mind both of those guys. All right, 3 more games. Lakers and Oklahoma City at 221 total, and Oklahoma City by 10. This should be a blowout. Maybe Lakers keep with them, but they should annihilate them. No more Lou Williams, so yeah, that's going to hurt them dramatically. Anyway, you got Mr. Westbrook. If you can put him in there, put him in there. We already know how that goes. Shooting guard, Victor Oladipo, don't mind him. Swaggy P. No Lou Williams. Swaggy P is going to get some huge run, some extra minutes. Really don't mind picking him up. Going to get probably around 30 to 35 minutes a game. I don't mind him at all in this situation. Fast-paced game. Same as Jordan Clarkson, point guard, shooting guard. I think he'll get some extended run as well, so he's in a good spot. Small forward, I think Brandon Ingram as well gets some extended run. He usually comes off the bench, but recently they've been starting him, so I don't mind him. Andre Robertson's in a half decent spot here. He usually doesn't do too much, but he's facing the Lakers here. Maybe get you 24, 25. As you see, he's been on a pretty good run, 34, 31, 22, 26, and 22. And this guy plays some pretty big minutes. So Robertson maybe get you 24, 25. You'll take that for only $4,300 against a pretty easy defense here. And then power forward, Randall, I think he's in a half decent spot. Maybe some Larry Nance. Don't know if Kenner, probably not going to play. Don't know if Gibson's going to play yet. But right away, Steven Adams, if you guys want to put him in there, obviously he's going to be a very chalky play. He's up and down here against Lakers. I remember before he killed them, second game, didn't do too much. So he's an up and down here against the Lakers. As you see, Adams really hasn't been doing much, 20, 23, and 21. But as normal, Lakers really bad against centers, so maybe get you 26, 27. I don't mind him, but not my favorite option out there. But still, I think you have to consider him, obviously, against the Lakers. And then I don't know what's going on here with the Lakers centers, but I'm not going to mess with it there against Adams. So don't mind Randall. Maybe some Andre Robertson, as I said, in GPP. Brandon Ingram maybe in a GPP, but this should just be a straight-up blowout, I think. Oladipo, good spot. Nick Young, extended run. Westbrook, and then Jordan Clarkson, as I said, should get some extended run at that point. Shooting guard position as well, so I don't mind him. Alrighty, moving on. We got Brooklyn and Denver, 231 total. Wow. And Denver by 10. I think Brooklyn should keep it a little bit closer here. As you guys saw last night, Sacramento did beat up on the Nuggets. Nuggets are a little beat up right now. So Jeremy Lin is back. I don't mind playing him. I don't know how many minutes he's going to get. I'm expecting probably around 27 to 28 minutes from him. I think he should get a pretty big run. But as I said, he's been out for a very, very long time, so we don't know exactly what Lin's going to do. But if he gets you 26, 27 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, expect at least 25 to 30 fantasy points. He's sitting in a very good spot here against Nelson. And I don't mind some Nelson either, but I'm not too high on him here. Will Barton, Gary Harris, as normal. Both of those guys are in play. And as you guys know, Mr. Bogdanović is gone. So right now, Brooklyn's starting lineup projected is Lin, Foy, LeVert, Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, Brook Lopez, and Booker coming off the bench. So maybe give LeVert a look. Obviously, Sean Kilpatrick, give him a look. And then I think Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, I think you have to play him here. Going to be going up against power forward. So I don't mind him here. Only bad thing going up against Jokic. But still, I don't think I think Jefferson should be in a half-decent spot. And Gallinari, Chandler, if they do play, obviously got to recommend those guys as well. They're in a good spot. So this is one of those games, 4, 5, 6 of them. Just, this should be a really good high-scoring game here. So definitely, most of these guys are cheap enough that you can put them and slide them into different spots here to make your lineup. So I don't mind Jokic, but, man, he really deaded last night. So that's a little but still I think he should rebound here. But 10-9 is a little expensive for me. But look, he's in a pretty good spot, though. So you definitely have to consider that. I don't mind Fareed. Don't mind some Booker. Man, both of these teams have a lot of bigs. Brooke Lopez, Mason Plumlee. I think Lopez should be in a half decent spot. Not too afraid of Mason Plumlee. So, yeah, like I said, kind of just pick and choose who you want from this one. A lot of options in this one. So, whatever fits your lineup, definitely I'll put them in there. All right, last but not least, we got San Antonio and the Clippers. Not too excited about this one. No total because of that Chris Paul news. I don't think Chris Paul's going to play. Doc Rivers usually doesn't play Chris Paul. Even though he's medically cleared, I think he's going to give him a couple days. They got this game, then a bye, then they got an off day, then another game, so then he'll probably play that one. So I don't think Chris Paul's going to play here. I think Austin Rivers is in a half-decent spot here. I'm not afraid of Tony Parker's defense. Rivers, one of their best point guards, obviously with no Chris Paul. He did, half decent last night, got you 25. I think he's a solid cash option for you to get you around 25 to 26, so I don't mind him. If you think maybe this is going to be a blowout, maybe put in some Felton here. I talked about it last night. I didn't know if Crawford was going to come out lame or not, but he did not. He had a very good night, so I don't mind Crawford. It's not really a fast-paced game, though. Small forward, Kawhi Leonard. We saw what Kevin Durant did to them last night, so I think Kawhi Leonard should be in a very good spot for you. Griffin didn't look too good, but didn't really play too much last night. I don't mind Griffin. Aldridge and Griffin, kind of the same player, two big grinded out kind of guys. So not too high on Aldridge here. Griffin, pretty good defensive player. So I don't mind Griffin, but 97, don't know if I can afford him. DeAndre Jordan, I think he's in a good spot, but I don't like picking him too much because I don't think Gasol is going to play. So I don't mind Dedmon, but for the most part, I don't care for this game. So maybe some Austin Rivers, maybe some Crawford, Kawhi Leonard. That's really it. I'm not too, like I said, not too high on this one at all. All right, I think that mostly does it. Let's get into a lineup. If you guys did play the lineup last night, the rough draft lineup, it scored a 310. So it didn't cash in tournaments, but it definitely did cash in double up. So if you did play that, you probably won a little bit of money, not too much though. So, alrighty. Let's see what we got here. All right. Man, I really want to put in Westbrook. I don't think I can get him. Let's go Isaiah Thomas. Like I said, I really love him. I think he's in a very good spot here. I like Dragic. I don't know if I can get him, though. I'm going to go Deion Waiters for sure. That's my shooting guard. Let's put him in there. Shooting guard. DeRozan, Wade Beal. Man, I really like Beal, though. Yeah, a lot of really good shooting guards out there. A lot of cheap options that you can go to. So I'm gonna go Beal just for this one. I'm gonna have to go a little bit cheaper here. My center here. Let's see. Not too many options down low. So you could probably have to go mid range. Right there, power forward. Markieff Morris. Let's just put in some Dario Saric. Put in Bobby Portis. I told you he's going to have to play some extra minutes. Hopefully he does start. Small forward. A lot of really good small forwards, though. Leonard, don't mind him. As I said, Butler, don't mind him. Guess put in some Otto Porter. Like I said, it's kind of a rough draft. I'm just going to leave it there for you guys. I'm not going to complete it for you. But anyway, I said I really liked some Thomas. Obviously, you can get Westbrook, put him in there. I like John Wall. Don't mind stacking to your point guards. Very expensive. Don't mind stacking them there. Like I said, shooting guards, maybe some DeRozan. Deion Waiters and Bradley Beal like those guys. And there's a lot of very cheap options down there at the shooting guard position if you don't want to spend up. Small forward, like say Kawhi, Otto Porter, Chandler, Andre Robertson. If you want to go, very very cheap. If you want to go way down there, and then power forward. Don't mind Millsap. Not my favorite play though. Markieff Morris, Dario Saric, Nerlens Noel if he gets a start. Serge Ibaka. Really like all those guys. And then center position, if you can get Towns in there, I like him. Don't mind Whiteside. Don't mind Gasol. Maybe some Howard. So I'd probably spin up on my center position. Not too many of these mid-range guys I like. Told you guys I like Kelly Olynyk if you want to go that way. But that's probably the cheapest I'd go. Maybe Okafor, but definitely would go Kelly Olynyk instead. So – alrighty, guys, I think that mostly does it. As I said, we scored a 341 and a 322 last night. Very good night for us. As I said, hopefully you guys did very well. Very good as well. And like I said, guys, if you guys are interested, you guys are struggling, you guys need some help, let us help you guys out. Give you guys some premium lineups, 4 lineups per day, $35 per month. Definitely worth it. Like I said, we've been doing this for a very long time. So, we will have our email in the comment section. All you have to do is message us. We'll get you all set up on premium lineups. Alrighty, guys, like I said, I think that does it. Hope everyone has a good Friday. As I said, there's a lot of big tournaments out there. So, if you guys, definitely enter those tournaments. So, alright, guys, I think that does it. We'll see you guys on Saturday.